combination. So jab, cross, jab. We're going to jump 180 degrees again. Jab, cross, jab. Welcome to all the YouTubers out there. We have had a bit of a technical difficulty with YouTube. So Facebookers have already started this warm-up. If you're starting the warm-up now on YouTube, just start to get these punches in for me. A dynamic movement with the upper body. Starting to throw those punches out in front of you, pivoting off your toes, each punch that you throw. That way then you can just start to get a bit of mobility in your ankles. And at the same time, draw some blood into these upper bodies as well. Okay, now what we're going to do is take you into a knee strike. So we're going to pivot the feet over to one side, hands reach high, drive your knee up 3 times, then pivot your feet over to the opposite side, and again, drive your knees up. Every time that you do this, I want you to reach high, and then drive that knee forwards. As you start to do this, you'll be preparing your body for some dynamic movements that we've got coming up. And at the same time, maintain your heart rate being slightly lower as well. We're going to start the workout in just over 20 seconds. The first exercise is going to be down on the floor in a press-up position. So I'm just going to keep these going, just to make sure that the YouTubers have got a little bit of time just to get your body warmed up as well. So in 10 seconds, we will start the first exercise. It's called a toe reach. Let's have a look at what that comes down to. So bring yourself down towards the floor, press-up position, reach towards the toes, come back into that press-up position, and alternate from side to side. Let's get moving straight away. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds recovery in between each exercise. Now, so we will do each exercise twice in almost like a circuit style. So this is your first exercise. From here, we're going to do an exercise called a speed skater. Then we're going to do some pop-up squats, and then we'll repeat all 3 of those as well. So making sure each time you do these reaches, you come back to that strong press-up position. And this will just help you prepare what it feels like to be in that press-up position. We've got some of those coming up in the second round of exercises as well. Okay, the next step. Let me show you the speed skater. So a little bit of space from one side to the other. You're going to dynamically push from side to side, bringing your foot just to tap on the inside of the opposite leg, and then over the opposite side, okay? 45 seconds, let's go. Push from side to side, big dynamic movement, but at the same time, try and keep yourself as low as possible. The lower you go, and the quicker your tempo here, that's how you're going to push your fitness a little bit more. So if you're just joining us, have a look at these exercises, and this is going to be joining us at lunchtime. Just make sure you've got a little bit of space. This is about as much range of movement as you're going to need today. Try and stay low, try and push off. The speed in which you go is going to be the one that challenges your fitness a little bit more. You can see I've got my arm coming out in front of me, just to help counterbalance my body weight. Gives me a little bit of a change of body shape and weight to move from side to side. Okay, relax there. 15 seconds recovery. Here's your next exercise. Feet wide and turned out slightly. Lower your hips down towards your heels. You pop up with your feet together and back into that wide sumo squat position. So think about it. If you can touch the floor, that's a great depth. Let's get moving for 45 seconds. Push up off the floor and let's get you working. So again, apologies for the YouTubers out there. We had a bit of a technical difficulty where the page just wouldn't load up. We've got you in. And hopefully we've got you working. All you missed was literally a little bit of mobilization of the upper body. But if you're a regular watcher, you'll notice that we have the same warm-up, which means that there's a bit of consistency there for you. So for those of you which have probably done this workout a fair few times now, or at least type of workout, you'll know my warm-up by now. I like to keep it the same so that way then you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, last one, and relax there. Let's take it down to the floor for the toe reaches again. So press up position, and then from there, reach towards your toes. Hold a strong press up position, standing in 5, and let's move up. Strong press up position, back straight, reach towards the toe, back to that press up position, making sure that the hips are extended. Now it doesn't mean that they're lower, it means that they are straight, parallel with the floor, and then just shift over to one side, back to the center, and over to the opposite. You don't need to rush these too much. Think of this as a strength exercise, working through the shoulders, through the core, pushing your hips high, so a bit of mobility in the hips as well. Good, last one there. Okay, let's get you ready for your speed skaters. So a little bit of a space over towards the side. Now remember, when you do these speed skaters, the foot can touch inside the foot, or alternatively, you can keep the foot off the floor. And I'm a big fan of keeping your feet just on the inside of your body. You may see some people who reach their foot behind. That starts a bit of rotation, and sometimes the knee doesn't like that rotation too much. So try and keep the foot coming in towards the center and push yourself off as well. Good work. Okay, push from side to side. If you want to go quicker than me, that's absolutely fine. If you just want to take this into a stepping lunge, that's also fine. You've got options. Try and push off from side to side. The further you travel and the quicker that you move is going to push your fitness a little bit more. But make it the appropriate amount for you to feel comfortable with. Last 5 seconds, and then we go into these pop-up squats. Okay, relax there. So feet turn wide and turn down. Lower your hips down towards the floor. Hopefully you're being able to sit into this deep position. We're going to jump up, feet come together, and reset. 45 seconds of work, let's go. Now the benefit of taking your legs a little wider and turning your feet out a little bit deeper is that should give you a little bit more range of movement in your hips, which means you can get down to that floor without bending your back. Remember in those warm-up squats that we did, I always encourage you to keep your back straight. Well, this is the same position. Try and keep your back straight so your hips do the mobility, and then you start to work the inner thighs a little bit more as you push yourself out of this deep squat. 10 seconds to go. Okay, coming up around the corner. That'll be the end of round 1. Good work, relax there. Grab yourself a mat if you've got one, a towel, a comfortable jumper, something that makes you feel comfortable to sit onto the floor. And from this floor position, I want you to sit on the seat bones. So just on the back of your pelvis, arms out in front of you, lean back, and you're just going to rotate around from side to side. This exercise is called a Russian twist. And your goal is to lower yourself back so that you can get a little bit of tension on your core muscles. So we're into our core round here. We've got the Russian twist, press-ups, and V-sits. So a nice bit of core work coming through. Now the further you lower yourself back, the harder it's going to be for your core. If you want to sit yourself up a little bit taller, that's absolutely fine. Last 10 seconds, you pick the intensity. And the last one, relax there. Turn you over onto your front. So now we've got press-ups. Now if these are your first press-ups of the day, we can do them on the knees, or you can take them onto the toes. So I'll do them on the knees with you for the first round. Remember, we'll be doing all these exercises the second time. On the second round, we'll go to the toes if you can as well. Let's get moving. So onto your knees, lower your chin, chest, and hips down towards the floor. Push yourself off the floor as well. Try to really work on that depth of range. You see so many people these days doing press-ups where they look like a chicken, picking off core off the floor. It's more about their neck moving than it is their shoulders moving. So try and get down and then push off the floor. That's why the knees is a great option. It develops strength within that good mobility as well. So 10 seconds of work to go. Big range if you can, and relax there. Okay, onto your backs again. Now this time, extend your legs out in front of you, arms are above you. And what we're going to do is lie in this horizontal position. You're going to exhale as you reach up towards your toes. Inhale as you lower yourself back down. So it's a full V-sit. That's your option. If you need a little bit of a regression, just a little step down, or a little check down, bringing your knees to elbows can be slightly easier because you're not using as much leverage of your body weight as well. So keep that knee to elbow action where you start to feel that range. But if you can, you feel comfortable, reach towards your toes, lifting your shoulder blades off the floor. Exhale as you reach up. Inhale as you lower yourself back down. 10 seconds of work to go. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, now see self-taught. We've got the Russian twist. Now remember the last Russian twist we did was here, lowering your back towards the floor to make it harder. You have got an option of lifting your feet up. Now I'm going to link my hands together for this option. That way then I can work on a bit of stability. And if I find that I lose that stability at any time, I can then just start to drop my heels down towards the floor. And that will just make me a little bit more stable. And then hopefully I can lean back a little bit further. So you pick your option. Either feet off the floor or feet on the floor. Whichever option you go for, potentially might indicate how far back you can lean. And that works the abdominal muscles a little bit more. You've got 15 seconds to go. Just rotating from side to side. Think about your heels and your knees being glued together. Last 3, 2, relax there. Okay, so you're over, ready for your press-ups. So remember, the option is to do them with these on your knees. I'm going to start off on the toes. I'll come to the knees to give you the option if you start to fatigue, and then I'll come back to the toes to finish off with. So join me, or take your own adaptation. Starting in 3, 2, let's go. So again, chin, chest, and hips all come down to the floor, and then push off the floor in a strong. Option on the knees if you start to fatigue. Again, try and get that depth down. Much more important to get that full range of movement rather than just let your neck be moving. But if you need to unload your weight by going onto the knees, that's fine. I would like to go just over 5 seconds to go. And relax there. Okay, V6 to finish off this round. Let's lie your body out long, horizontal position, arms up above the head, legs are extended. Now remember, to make this slightly easier, reduce the lever length, so bring your knees to elbows. So if we can, exhale as you reach up towards your toes, inhale as you lower yourself back down. Good, keep thinking about that breathing. As your mind starts to wander a little bit, just bring back to the breathing. Exhale as you reach up, shoulder base coming off the floor. Inhale with control. Lower yourself back down. So you've got the 2 movements, up and down. You're not rushing them. Trying to use your abdominal strength rather than just momentum by throwing yourself forward and backwards. And last one, relax there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to get the mats out of the way. This third round of exercises, we're going to go down to the floor each time. So check this out. From the floor, we come up. You're going to push yourself off, step back, down towards the floor. Bring the foot underneath your body, push up, and reset each time. So this is our push-off lunge. And we're just doing one leg here. Each time coming down towards the floor, push yourself up, drive the knee up. So it's a bit like a slow motion burpee. What you're going to start to work on is the mobility of the hip as you take that large step. So the foot, each time, comes underneath your stomach muscles and then push yourself off. And then in one movement, see if you can drop that knee all the way down towards the floor and reset yourself. Okay, now stay in this position. This press-up position is now going to turn into an exercise called a renegade row. So in this push-up position, hand comes in towards you, and you alternate over towards the opposite side. Minimal shift from side to side is your goal. So try and keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Bring a hand off the floor so it comes in towards your shoulder, and then stabilize yourself. Squeezing through the butt cheeks and your quads will help keep your body straight and stiff. And what we want is you to maintain this body plank position. And this body plank is a really strong position as well. Just over 15 seconds to go. Combining this with your press-ups will definitely give you a much stronger press-up over time. So this renegade row and the press-ups on your knees combined to give you the perfect press-up. and relax there. Okay, now, the last exercise we're going to do is a full burpee. So we've almost done half. Now we're going to jump out, jump in, and jump up. Starting in 5 seconds. Slow it down if you need to. If you can, stick with me or go faster with me. So hands down, we jump out, we jump in, and jump up. So let's keep that movement going. Now your options are to walk out, walk in, and just to stand up if you would like to. So you've got the options. Jump out, jump in, and jump up. And at the same time, you've got the option to walk out, walk in, and stand up as well. So your choice, you pick the intensity that you feel comfortable to work with. You've got just over 15 seconds. We're going to do all these exercises twice. So that way then you can really start to think about how you can do them. Learn them a little bit more. Okay, now, the floor to the push-off lunge. Remember the leg that you did before? We're going to do the opposite leg now. So again, let me take you through these. Step out, down towards the floor. Foot comes underneath the body, and you push off the opposite side. Okay, so down towards the floor. Foot comes underneath the stomach. Push up. Lower your chest towards the floor each time, and then just a little hop where the knee comes forwards and through. Good work, good work. Lower the whole body down. I don't mind if your knees go down to the floor first. Last 10 seconds of work. Let's get this last one in. Okay, the renegade row. So press up position. Bring one hand in towards your shoulder and back down to the floor. Let's get you ready. Starting in 5. And let's get moving. So strong press up position. Bring the hand to your shoulder. Place it back onto the floor. Minimal shift from side to side. Now this is an exercise where if you do it in slow motion, it's a harder exercise. So try not to go too quickly. Keep it slow. Keep a strong movement. Slower is better in this movement. Be strong as you push into the floor. Think about squeezing your glutes and your quads tight. That will help you have minimal shift from side to side. There's over 5 seconds to go. And relax there. Okay, the last exercise of today's workout is going to be your burpees. So 45 seconds of work, then we're taking through a bit of a cool down and stretch off. Starting 5 seconds with me, burpees to start with. Let's go. So down towards the floor. We jump out, we jump in, and jump up. That's your 3 jumps. Out, in, and up. Options are walk out, walk in, and stand up if you need that variation. So you pick the intensity that suits you, and just work to the time here. It is as many repetitions as possible to whatever level of intensity you feel like you're comfortable with. It's big dynamic movements designed to get the heart rate up and just to try and push you as you jump out, jump in this dynamic way. Last couple of repetitions if you can. And relax there. Good job everybody, just loosen your body out, shake it all off. Let your heart rates come back down slowly. Okay, just start to open up the arms a little bit. Just like we did in our warm-up, getting a little stretch through the chest. Now just link those hands behind you, lift your chin and chest up tall. Think about pushing the hands away from the lower part of your back. Then from here, bring the arms around in front of you. Imagine you're holding a great big beach ball, and you're blowing that beach ball and it's inflating, so it's going a little bit wider. That big stretch around the body. Excellent. Okay, let's go down towards the floor. And what we're going to do is going to take you into a few almost yoga positions to help get a good stretch here. So first one we're going to have a look at is lower your hips towards the floor, and you're just keeping the knees on the floor Look up towards the ceiling. So I feel this little stretch in the front of the hips. From here, I want you to push your hands into the floor with your feet tucked under and hike your hips upwards for me. So you're looking towards your toes, and then from here, just walk your heels. So just pedal one heel down and then the other. Now the nice thing about doing this little pedal action is you start to stretch the calves. Let's move into that up dog again. So lower your hips towards the floor, but keeping the knees off this time if you can. Roll your shoulder blades back and down, looking up towards the ceiling and the walls. And again, back to downward facing dog. So push into your hands, lift your hips high, look towards your toes, and just find that little stretch through the back, all the way down to the back of the legs as well. Now lifting one leg up, I want you to swing that foot up towards your other hand.